the brain is well aware of, some of which he is not.
Why do I always have to start out every week in the dark?
Well, because that's the way you usually end up every weekend. You don't have a clue what's going on here.
Are you kidding me? I know exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
Tell me
one person we're going to see besides the King and yourself.
Brutus Beefcake.
Brutus Beefcake.
Right.
We're not seeing Beefcake this week.
He's wrestling the King. So you try to prove it. Now, wait a minute.
Not sure. We have a whole bunch of stars lined up this week. We are, in fact, going to be seeing Brutus Beefcake against the King. That is our feature match. We're going to take a look at Jacques and Raymond, the Rougeau brothers in action against the Shadows. That's an interesting
King,
matchup.
right?
And a very unusual match involving the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase.
I mean, you got to go check.
We're also going to go back and take some footage out of the archives.
Okay.
Some very, shall we say, humiliating footage involving someone that's relatively close to me. I'm sure you'll be excited about that, Brain. You have a clue what I'm talking about? No,
he said he'll get back to me.
Who'll get back to you?
Fuzzball, the guy in there that runs the machine, or the
director. The guys are very busy back there.
Yeah.
Reading their matchbook covers or what else. Right now, we're going to go to our first matchup as we join it in progress. Jacques and Raymond, the Rougeaus, against number 1 and number 2, the Shadows.
We still turn, right?
You can bet he hasn't forgotten. Collar and elbow hookup. The Shadow looks a little tentative. Jacques Rougeau, I think he was fumbling for the mask.
Yeah, I think that's a waste of time at this point.
I think you're right, Don. I think I've wasted enough time trying that myself.
You know, the Rougeau brothers, in my opinion, are a fine technical team, fine mechanical team with their coordination, their timing, their continuity, everything working together. As of yet, however, I don't see the fact where they are up to par with a Demolition or with a Hard Foundation or with one of those real big, massive heavyweight teams, or even the Islanders, somebody like that. Their timing just doesn't seem to pay off with that in that case. But their game, nice leapfrog, reverse monkey flip. Oh.
That was an excellent remover by Raymond Rougeau. He wound up with the side chancery. And the Shadow immediately turning it into a wrist lock. There's the tag. I wonder if Raymond knows. Beautiful back flip and a monkey flip. What a maneuver by Raymond Rougeau. Double drop kick by the team of the Rougeau brothers.
Shut my mouth.
Yeah, right. You know, I was thinking, you're right about some of the things you said, but you got to admit they got a little je ne sais quoi.
Well, yeah. Love to agree with you, but I flunked French twice.
Well, you should have been watching the subtitles. Oh, big power slam.
Ooh.
And he wasn't there for the knee drop. Jacques Rougeau over the top rope.
This is where the continuity as a brother team and a tag team pays off. Look at the quick tags, the quick movement, the continuity on the leg over and over, working that leg back. I think he missed it a little bit there.
He missed it, but I think Jacques got him the first time. You know, the knee does not bend that way. The knee is a hinge joint, and it does not go to the side. I'm sure the Rougeaus are well aware of that. I don't know which Shadow is which, but I know one of them needs to tag the other one.
Well, the big one's in now.
Well, I know size is relative, but they're both pretty big, and that was a well-planted kick, Don Morocco. Well, did you see the on the outside of the ring, at least there was a little diversion, a little subterfuge. Now it looks like Jacques Rougeau is in trouble and in need of a tag. That's how fast things change in tag team action. Oh, that was pretty, that found home, didn't it, Don?
Oh, that was close. Hear him screaming from here. You're not going to get him with that.
Jacques got a lot on the ball. He's not going to lose a match off just a knee off the ribs. Vicious clothesline, devastating. There's a boot to the ribs.
Nice neck breaker.
Yes, it sure was.
You know, that clothesline has become an awfully popular move lately in the last, just the last 2-3 years. I find myself using it quite a bit of times.
Look at that front face lock. That's enough to make the common man give up. There's a tag, but I do believe the referee's back was turned. And Raymond Rougeau just can't seem to. These things, I think, are done intentionally. The shadows have manipulated the referee so they couldn't see the tag.
Well, they've worked together. They're poised, they're polished, they're reaching for the top. They're still working their way around.
I think Jacques Rougeau has to wonder what it takes to get a tag. Count of 2. Jacques got a lot left. He's in great condition. There's a back body drop, but unfortunately it was telegraphed, and Jacques Rougeau came up with a very well-placed boot.
Evidently not that close.
Well, he needs to get in Raymond Rougeau's corner. Jacques has hung onto the rope, and he has succeeded in skinning the cat. And he's made his tag to his brother. Here comes Raymond Rougeau, and he is a house of fire. Irish whip, scoop body slam. Devastating drop kick. Another drop kick. He's got the shadows where he wants them. That body drop in it hits the other shadow.
Every move finding its way home.
Here's Jacques perched on the top rope. Amazing. Referee, kind of 1, 2, 3. For Rougeau's.
They march onward and onward.
What a beautiful finishing maneuver by Jacques and Raymond Rougeau. They have defeated the Shadows, and this puts them in line for a shot at the Hart Foundation, I am sure.
Here are your winners,
They may end up
the
proving me wrong.
Rougeau brothers.
As Howard Finkel says, here's a beautiful
see this
move by Jacques Rougeau, jarring the chin and the back of the neck. Raymond right there with the roll-up. The referee very alert, counting to 3. And the fans are still going wild. They are signifying the Rougeaus are the victors. Thank you, Don Maraca. We'll be right back with more World Wrestling Federation action.
Leap and lap.
Well, Jacques and Raymond proving once again that they are championship caliber material.
You know, I hear that Don Morocco's voice is still in bad shape from Orton kicking him in the throat.
Well, he certainly came across that way, didn't he? Sounded terrible.
These Rougeaus are quite a flashy team. Everybody seems to be in awe by them. I'm not.
I knew you'd have something derogatory to say.
Okay, I'm in awe by them. You
Go
feel
ahead.
any better?
Go ahead. Say whatever derogatory remarks
They're
you
my
want to
second favorite team.
say. Yeah, who's your first?
Everybody else is tied.
Islanders?
Yes, they are. Islanders are my favorite
The
team.
back jumpers. I
Doesn't
like to
matter.
call
Back,
them.
front, side,
Back
bottom,
jumpers.
top, middle. You know about the middle.
Why don't you let Ravishing Rick go out a couple of nights with King Kong Bundy and fatten up a little bit in the fast food joints?
I beg your pardon. Bundy doesn't frequent those.
Certainly does. For the Outback, it is definitely Outback Jack. Humpty Doo.
I don't know what that signal meant. She pointed to that camera?
She's telling us that camera 1 is on now.
That's 1.
You see the red light up on top? Now it's on number 2 or 3. Take a look. It's over here.
Wait a minute. It's for me.
It's probably the director.
Hello.
Checking him out.
Yes.
Indeed, one-man gang joining us again this week here
No,
on Prime
I don't
Time
have that.
Wrestling. The opposition from Humpty Doo, Australia.
paid
the
that
man
bill.
from down under, Outback Jack. We're going to join this match in
I
progress.
don't know her or her sister.
Let's go to ringside.
Oh, battle of strength there, a little psychology going on.
Outback giving up about 170 pounds here, Dick. Going to be interesting to see how he stays in the match.
All right. Push and shove time. Well, I wouldn't get between these two guys. Get struck. Oh! Push and shove, I'll tell you. A lot of ego going on here. Didn't. Oh. Shoulder block. He didn't move an inch, did he?
Not an inch.
Oh! Bravo! One more time. Twice. Right to the midsection. Oh, Outback Jack's. Giving the old shoulder block, huh?
Good strategy change, though.
Look at Gwynn. Oh, reversal. Oh! Outback Jack is showing his quickness, his agility. Working on the arm and the shoulder. Ringing him out.
You would think that's the way he has to go, Dick, using the speed and working on joints and what have you.
Well, I'll tell you, I got to give credit to Outback Jack trying to move that massive body, because he almost 500 pounds. That's a lot to move. Big as Outback Jack is. Forearm smash in the small of the back. That's smart. Another one just for good measure.
You know, he makes Outback look small, and Outback is just about 300 pounds.
That's what I'm telling you. He's not small himself. 280. He's a size 14 with all that weight.
2, 3.
All right. Mike McHugh, the referee, warning the one-man gang to back away. Needed to claw the back. Using the second rope as a bit of leverage, if you will. Mike McHugh, the referee, saying you can't do that. Cut it out.
Yeah, but did you hear what one-man gang said? I can do what I want.
You may be right. Where does he sit? Any place he wants.
Yeah, that's right. They need a big seat, though, I'll tell you that.
A bear hug, and Outback Jack not faring too well. He's in pain and then some. You might be thinking, why did I come to the United States from the relative safety of Australia? He may be saying that. I don't know that he is. Into the corner. Oh, man, look at that. He shoved a shoulder in him. All that weight. Jack down on both knees. Talking about favoring his back. Oh, bear hug. Right back again with that maneuver.
Oscar! What do you say? No, he don't do.
One-man gang isn't fancy, but I guess he doesn't have to from what we've seen, Craig.
That'd be very tough to get fancy with your 450 pounds. He just uses that brute strength of his.
Don't expect quickness. Boy, yeah, he's got one-man gang, make a lot of noise.
Trying to get the submission here.
A little animalistic. Oh! Outback Jack claps his hands over the ears, or eardrums, if you will. The one-man gang broke the hold momentarily, but down he goes. Prism Television here. This is Dick Graham at ringside, along with my co-commentator, Craig DeGeorge. And I'll tell you, the action, fast and furious, non-stop, folks, non-stop.
Why don't you just give up and save yourself a beat?
Outback's hanging in there, but he is taking a beating here, Dick.
I think one-man gang, I thought I heard him say, look, you're taking a beating, why don't you just give up?
That's it, brother, you got him.
I don't think that's what's inside Outback Jack, though. I think you're going to almost have to put him out completely.
Well, to break the hold, he's got to get his arm somehow between himself and the chest, if you will, of the one-man gang. But his...
In other words, don't underestimate this man. Outback Jack can do it.
What's the guy say one time? It's not over till it's over.
Yeah.
He broke the hold, but he's in trouble. He's barely standing. His back is in serious trouble.
Well, I think he's still hurting from earlier in the match when one-man gang actually stood right on him.
Well, Outback Jack's giving him some shots in the midsection. It's like hitting a pillow, looks like. Got him right across the throat. Gonna take him into the ring corner. Oh! Whew. Nasty, nasty, nasty.
Wow, what a clothesline.
Walked right into that one. You gonna suplex him? There. Oh.
That's that master blaster of his.
Right, face down, rolls him over. I don't know, this is it. Can he maintain it?
That might be it.
1, 2. That's all she wrote. Are you kidding? Like it or not.
Well, Outback never got on track after that early spurt.
He never did, really. You're right about that.
Yeah, he took too many shots in that back area, and he just didn't have enough in him.
Well, now the man can leave town.
Well, the Slickster really thinks he has someone here. Let's pick up the decision.
The winner is One Man Gang!
Well, the Master Blaster laid on by the beached whale, and it wasn't no way you could survive
I
that.
guess there'll be no parades in Humpty Doo this week.
I guess not. The old alligator on his back sort of got squinched up there a little bit.
It's now just a little frog.
I think it'd make a nice tag team combination, a one-man gang and King Kong Bundy, don't you?
I would see.
Or maybe Bam Bam Bigelow?
And King Kong Bundy.
Or Bam Bam Bigelow and one-man gang?
Or Bam Bam Bigelow and one-man gang. Wait a minute. You hit me with 9 names there.
How you coming with Bam Bam? I understand that
No trouble.
another one of your associates is biting the dust.
They're all going to bite the dust. They're going to drop one by one.
Yeah, well, we're going to find that out, in fact, when we go to our special update, which is coming up next in the program, just where the battle with Bam Bam is, in fact, right at this particular point in time. And we'll be back with that in just a moment.
Just a moment.
Well, we're back, folks, and as we told you just before we went to the break, the continuing battle for Bam Bam Bigelow goes on every week. Last week, it was that little pipsqueak, as you like to refer to him, the mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, was...
Bit the dust.
He sure did. And he didn't take it very well either. One of these weeks, you're going to bite the dust.
No way.
Well, remains to be seen. We'll find out right now who is going to get pushed out of the picture
not
for
gonna
the
be
battle
me.
for Bam Bam.
The battle for Bam Bam continues. And luscious Johnny V, I got some bad news.
What do you mean you got some
You
bad
are
news?
out of the running.
What are
for
you
Bam
talking
Bam.
about?
You are
Nobody puts
out
me
of the
out of the
running.
running. What are you talking about? What do you mean, man?
You believe that?
It was quick.
Did he get bent out of shape in a hurry?
That was as cold as a mother-in-law's kiss.
I expect that same kind of reaction from you when you get the notice. Yeah.
I'm not going to get the notice.
You're not, huh?
I've got the guy signed. I've told you that.
You've only told me that. You haven't proven it to me or to anybody out there.
The guy's not dropping me.
Mr. Fuji's still in the running? You're still in the running? Slickster's still in the running? Hey,
But you take Slick away.
a lot of guys
You
left.
take Fuji away. It's
Right
just
now,
me.
we're going to look at some special footage lined up especially by yours truly for him.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, my guest, of course, Bobby the Brain Heenan. Mr. Heenan, I must say, I was a bit skeptical. I mean, last week you did say you were going to produce Paul, Mr. Wonderful Orndorff, right here, and you are true to your word. I must compliment you.
Let me tell you something, I don't lie. If I tell you I'm going to have something here, I've got something here. I'm going to prove to you, like I said before, that Mr. Wonderful will admit to you about ravishing Rick Rude's body. He will admit that he is glad to have him in the family. Mr. Wonderful, please come on up here.
And here he comes. We will get the word from Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff.
Mr. Wonderful, I want you to tell the people and set the record straight how glad you are that ravishing Rick Rude is in the Bobby Heenan family and that he has the greatest physique in the family, in wrestling, in sports today.
Orndorff?
You really want to know?
You tell them how you welcomed him with open arms, how you are glad that I have him in the family. I've got Bam Bam Bigelow just about signed. Everything's going my way, and how you approved of everything.
You really want to know?
You tell the humanoids about Rick Rude's body. How he's got the best body. You got a great body, but how his is like that much better. You tell them.
You really want to know?
I want to know. Hey.
Well, I'm going to tell you what I think. First of all, Rick Rude does not have a better body than Mr. Wonderful. No.
No, tell them what you told me.
And second of all, I'm sick and I'm tired. I'm sick and I'm tired. I'm sick and I'm tired of lying for you and lying to those people.
Come on, get hold of yourself here.
And lying to myself.
Paul, I made you a star. I made you what you are today.
You made me nothing but misery. Misery.
Family, Paul.
What about the family?
Paul.
I want to tell you what I think of Rick Rude and the family. That's what I think. And I want to tell you something else. I want to tell you something else that you've heard before. You're fired! Hey, in case you didn't understand, read my lips. You're fired! And I'm going to tell you something else. I'm going to introduce to you my new manager, Oliver Humperdinck.
New manager of Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff, Oliver Humperdinck, is certainly a damaging blow to the stability of the Heenan family.
Humiliated nationally, for the second time, I might add, by the same individual.
What are you doing showing that thing?
I thought maybe you'd like
that. Was personal between him and I.
It wasn't personal, it was a live interview.
It was my interview. I was conducting an interview. What happened there happened, that was it, period. You don't have to go on showing that to people.
I thought the public might be interested in what.
Well, you want to be interested in something? I'll tell the public something.
Go ahead. You have
how a half hour after that happened, he came to me on his hands and knees begging.
That's a lie.
Begging me to take him back in the family, begging me for a job. Telling me how sorry he was, how he didn't mean to embarrass me or humiliate me. Well, you never embarrassed me or humiliated me. You just got yourself out of a job. You hooked up right now with some 210-pound red-headed frog loser. You want to hang around with his kind. You're sick and tired of this and that, then you do it. You do it. You walk the streets. You sit in the soup lines. You sit there and try to find yourself a job. Because you want to hang around with somebody else? You hang around that miserable ex-con Ken Patera after that ingrateful, what I did for this man.
I love it. You're upset.
Doesn't warrant me even speaking about it.
Your neck bothering you now, is it?
No, the pain's a little lower.
Oh, okay. In other words, you would be very reluctant about signing any contract with Mr. Wonderful's name on it, in other words. In other words, Rick Rude or the King or King Kong Bundy wouldn't be fit competition for the likes of Mr. Wonderful. I would assume.
Mr. Wonderful's just about done in wrestling.
I would assume that's what you meant. Right, stay with us, folks, because we're going to be back and take a look at the $1 Million Man and some unusual things.
Where do you get off showing this stuff without my permission?
I'm the host. We're back, folks, and as I alluded to earlier on, I've been around this professional wrestling sport for over some 25 years, and I was discussing recently with His Lordship, Alfred Hayes, who's been around it considerably longer than that what we're about to see has never been seen by myself or His Lordship, and probably not even by you, Heenan, and all the places and things that you've been to and seen and done. This despicable display that's going to be put on here by the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. I don't know. I think maybe it should go down in the record books just as the end result should be. Let's go to the footage.
First, the bodyguard, Virgil. Introducing, weighing in at 260 pounds, making his summer residence in Hyannisport, Massachusetts, the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase.
No introduction is needed for the $1 Million Man. All you people know who I am. also know that I'm a very, very wealthy man. That's right, I'm filthy rich, I'm loaded. As I look around this auditorium tonight, I see an awful lot of poverty. That's right, I see an awful lot of poor people. And you know what that means? I'm rich, you're poor. I have everything that you would like to have, and that makes me a much, much better man than any one of you. Virgil, hold the mic. And you see this right here? This is just a small example. This is just pocket change. A small example of what the $1 Million Man is all about. How much have we got here, Virgil? We got $5,000. $5,000. To show you people that I can be a generous man, I'm going to spend this $5,000 tonight because I've hired somebody to do my sweating for me, because as I look across the ring tonight, I don't see much, because you see, Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man, is a main event wrestler. I am not gonna break a sweat and expend my energy on a preliminary bum, because what I see there is not very much at all. I've hired Mr. Washington. Mr. Washington, come in here.
What is this?
Mr. Washington. Let's be quiet and watch, Monsoon. This is interesting.
This also may be illegal.
Still interesting.
I've hired Mr. Washington here to do my sweating for me. Virgil Payne.
You'd be in there for $5,000 they'd offer to you, Monsoon.
I see you're on the edge of your chair right there, Brain.
I got my price. Look at that, green.
5,000, 5 big ones.
That's right, more money than you've ever seen, boy. Now earn it.
Well, first time I've ever seen this. Paying someone to go in there and do your work for you. It's Washington now against Chris Curtis. Chris Curtis would certainly like to share that 5,000. I know that. Front face lock. Washington stuffed that money right down into his wrestling tights.
I think I'd have got my money beforehand.
Up front.
Up front.
You're that kind of guy.
I'm an up front guy.
Yeah.
Washington isn't sporting much of an offense, is he?
I think he's a little amazed right now, a little consumed by the $5,000.
I think he's $4,999.99 overpaid.
Front face lock now by Curtis as DiBiase looks on. Got quite an investment in there, and of course, everything is relative. $5,000 may mean nothing to DiBiase. How much money does the guy have?
Millions.
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 Millions doesn't tell me anything, bro.
You should see him tip when he's out.
Not like you, I hope.
I beg your pardon.
I understand he's a little cheap when it comes to tipping. Little deep pockets. Oh, he hooked the leg. Could be all the way. Oh, it is. Chris Curtis really doing a number on Mr. Washington, who was paid $5,000 by the $1 Million Man to take care of his light work. I can't believe it.
The winner of this bout, Chris Curtis.
Chris Curtis getting the victory. Well, that's going to go in the record books, is it not, as a defeat for Mr. DiBiase?
No, because he didn't wrestle.
Yeah, well, he was scheduled to. Oh, what's this now? He's going in his tights. He's taking his money back.
Ha ha! I love it.
Oh, look at that. DiBiase now really lowering the boom on Washington. Come on, ref, step in there, do something. Look at this.
He's getting his money's worth.
Yeah? Well, he's breaking a sweat now, isn't he? DiBiase now winding him up. The $1 Million Man really doing a number on a man that he hired to go in there and do a number for him.
I think he's had enough.
And the bodyguard, Virgil, got a few shots in as well.
Mr. Washington proved two things.
This is unheard of. Let's go back and take a look at what went down as the tables sort of turned here. As Chris Curtis, with a backbreaker, hooks the leg on Washington, who's got the 5-towel in his trunks.
Well, he had it.
Well, he had it is right, because right here, you see DiBiase, the $1 Million Man, going right in there and getting that 5-towel right out of there. What an Indian giver. I can't believe it. Well, I think I spoke with Jack Tunney about this, man. I think it's going to go down in the record books as a loss for Ted DiBiase. And it should. Anytime you pay somebody to step in the ring and take over your responsibilities, not only that, but then take the money back from the guy, give me a break, Brain.
Well,
you condone that kind of action?
Yeah.
I'm afraid you would. I'm
Yes,
afraid you would. You know, the only thing you're upset about is you didn't get any part of the $5 grand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Figured
I
that.
got my money right quick.
I can't believe that you haven't tried to rub up against the $1 Million Man yet. Or maybe you have some irons in the fire.
What are you saying, that I'm just the kind of a guy who would sponge off a guy?
You got it.
Leech?
Well, you're not thick at all. You got it right away.
You mean like a glad hander? Just kind of slap him on the back with one hand, pick his pocket with the other?
You got it. You know exactly what I'm talking about, and you fit the bill.
Which pocket?
Right now, we're going to go to a special interview with the Macho Man, Randy Savage.
Oh, if he would.
All right, thank you, Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby Heenan, Bobby the Brain Heenan. Some now are calling him a gold breaker, but I don't want to get into that. Let me bring in one of the tremendous stars you see here in the World Wrestling Federation. The man right now is he's kind of all alone. He certainly is being exposed to some of the great ones in the World Wrestling Federation. He is a superstar.
Bang, bang.
What's that? What's that all about?
Shoot 'em up, round 'em up. I am talking hog tie situation, yeah. Unrequested information, possibly, maybe unbelievable. Gorilla Monsoon, yeah, I'm thinking that you point your finger, yeah, possibly at the Macho Man Randy Savage, but that can't be denied right there. I'm visually understanding that the situation is exposed right there. And you mean, Gene Okerlund, you could possibly sprinkle, yeah, a little magic dust on the situation. And then, inevitably, yeah, bang, bang. Bobby Heenan, you too, man. I'm talking macho madness in my veins. Elizabeth knows what I'm talking about.
The way I read it is it's to be or not to be sprinkled. That's the way I see it, Macho Man. No?
Better to be rich and dead than poor and alive.
Who told you that?
Unbelievably, a man in the past. Yeah, but I'm thinking the future. Never worry about the future, because the future comes soon enough. Gorilla Monsoon, do you understand? Bang, bang!
Well, I'll tell you what, I've got to believe that Damon Runyon is rolling over in his grave after hearing that. From the Macho Man, Randy Savage, one of the great...
Doing the thing right, bang, bang!
Former Intercontinental Champion of the World, Macho Man Randy Savage. Right now, he's got his sights set on titles, believe you me, Hulk Hogan, Honky Tonk Man. I don't think anybody is sacred. Stay tuned. More of Prime Time continues after this.
I don't hear too good. What did the Macho Man say? I didn't understand. What
made sense to me? Said nothing.
Bang, bang. What is he talking about?
Maybe he's talking about Orndorff.
You know, he's a little bit lost when Elizabeth's not out there. Really.
Well.
Really is.
Like he says, he'd rather be dead and rich than alive and poor.
Sure. He's not playing with a full deck.
There's
Coming
another
up,
way to look at it, too.
Junkyard Dog against the Outlaw Ron Bass. You look at it any way you like. We're going to the footage.
Seated at ringside with the magnificent Don Morocco.
Grab them cakes. JYD and Ron Bass and Betsy all here. Pandemonium and excitement coming down.
And by Betsy, of course, you mean that bull whip that Ron Bass has?
That's right.
I wonder if Junkyard Dog has named his chain.
I had a lot of names for it when I wrestled with him.
Well, he's got no missing links in his arsenal, and the referee is already admonishing both men. Both men over 300 pounds puts them in your category as far as big and strong. Isn't that right, Don?
Not quite the 300-pound yet. Everybody's trying to accuse me of that. I'm still hanging around the 285.
I know your calves got to be worth about 100 pounds apiece. Junkyard Dog against Outlaw Ron Bass, squaring off. There they are trading punches. Magnificent Don Morocco and Leaping Lanny here at the World Wrestling Federation. Big body slam by the Junkyard Dog. Oh, and he misses the headbutt. Looks like both men are missing, Don.
Two big bulls. Two big bulls turned loose in the barn. They're clashing horse, feeling each other out.
Neither man looks any the worse for wear.
This is a big match for Ron Bass. JYD has got every credential in the book, has established himself time after time. Ron Bass comes with a fine reputation, but this is it. This is a stepping stone. JYD is a feather in any man's cap.
Tremendous a bit of agility by the Junkyard Dog, and he's in position for a dog fight. Headbutt, ramrod, and he has got Outlaw Ron Bass in a compromising position.
That's a nice, it looks like a pit bull there.
At least the fans can't accuse anybody of having an uneven match. Both men very well, evenly matched, approximately the same size. Junkyard Dog, very popular wrestler. Grab them cakes.
You know, I wrestled the Dog many times, but he's looking bigger and thicker and more massive now than I've seen him in a long time.
Would you then say that he's in the best wrestling shape of his life?
I would say so.
I'd have to agree with you, but it looks like Outlaw Ron Bass is being an opportunist. He's delivering the boots. Of course, he's got Betsy in the corner. Oh, mighty forearm to the throat. And you know Ron Bass has got some forearms on him.
They'll be swinging some meat out here. These boys are big. These are the super heavyweights. The real big men doing the real big jobs.
And the fans are chanting JYD, and he loves to hear those initials.
Grab them kicks.
Here comes the Junkyard Dog with a solid right to the mandible. Only to be answered by the Outlaw's uppercut. Right to the jaw, you give him credit. Serious elbow right down Morocco.
Both of these men are going to be worn. Both of these men are going to be beaten. Neither one of these men are going to quit or give up. This is going to be a battle right down to the wire.
What always amazes me is both men are on or about the 300-pound mark, not an ounce of fat on either man, and yet they've got all the agility of the smaller wrestlers.
They're in the ring every night of the week, all over the world, all over the country, traveling, moving, and getting their cardiovascular work, their wrestling work, and they are in wrestling shape. There's different types of shape: football shape, swimming shape, surfing shape. These men are in wrestling shape, big men in big shape.
Well, I have to agree with you, Don Morocco. But look at the flurry of punches by the Junkyard Dog.
Oh, those short ones hurt, too.
Oh, they're the worst. Running headlong into the big boot of Outlaw Ron Bass. And a serious elbow. Referee Dave Hebner down for the count.
Both these men are experienced veterans. You see them, you don't see an open flaw. Every open space they seem to fill, every timing gap, they have a gear to fit into.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Don. Was that a headbutt to the face?
Sure.
I thought it was to the cheekbone.
Yeah, well, that's the standard headbutt when you don't have a hard head. That's the kind I like to use. When I go forehead to forehead with some, that's a standard wrestling catcher's catcher.
You see Betsy, there's a good picture of Betsy in the corner. That, of course, is the long bullwhip. Probably as long as Jake Snake.
Well, and just as much bite.
Quite a crack. Chokehold, and it's a double chokehold. Both men have the same hold, and it's a matter of whose forearms and whose throat are going to give out first.
Dave Hebner got his work cut out from tonight, referee.
And they're muscling him back. I don't know, they're on the brink of disqualification, touching the referee.
You know, there are some dog referees all over the world, but there are some really excellent ones. I think Dave Hebner and a few others go in that category.
Well, I don't think we'll ever see a referee as bad as dangerous Danny Davis.
No.
I think he wrote the book on how not to be a referee. Of course, suspended for life.
Or maybe even a wrestler.
Oh, yeah. Now a member of the Jimmy Hart Foundation. Dave Hebner's getting very physical in there with Junkyard Dog, and that allowed Ron Bass the opportunity for a nice cheap shot to the jaw.
He shouldn't have put his hands on the dog.
Body slam by the Outlaw.
A lot of impact moves, a lot of driving moves.
The fans have got to appreciate a 300-pound knee drop has got to have a lot of force behind it to a prostrate Junkyard Dog.
These are a lot of men.
You're right. Now look at the message on JYD's trunks. Thump. That's the name of his power slam, and it does have a thump.
Unfortunately, I've been thumped by it a few times.
You've been thumped out, huh? That was a telling blow.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, he got him.
He wound up on that one. That was no 6-incher.
And I believe Ron Bass walked into it, too. But he's back. Give him credit. Both these men with a lot of resilience. Oh, he didn't even measure that one. He just put the head into the chin.
Left field looked like Dave Winfield throwing one to the plate.
Hey, if Ron Bass is smart, he'll hang outside the ring a little bit. Oh, it's a battle of the headbutts, and I think Ron Bass found himself in the short end.
If Ron Bass was smart, he would never have headbutt the Junkyard Dog.
I think he better put his best foot forward instead of playing Junkyard Dog's aces. Dave Hebner's been on the back of Junkyard Dog ever since this match started.
He's an impartial referee. He calls him the way he sees him. He calls him both ways.
But sometimes I think he's playing the devil's advocate here.
A lot of people may not like it, but he's doing a job. It's not an easy job. I know I've had my go-ins in several.
Well, Donna, I thought he had him in pile driver position, but he just rang his bell.
No, that shakes your neck, your vertebrae, your spine, the back of your head, right down to your toe bone.
Well, Don, I notice you have a reverse pile driver. That's your big finishing maneuver. But Ron Bass has a pile driver to the face. I don't know whose is more effective. Both are horribly dangerous. They're trading punches on the outside. Neither man gaining the advantage, although, just like I said, neither man.
Going back and forth.
Referee Dave Hebner must have counted past the allotment.
You knew this was going to be a battle. You saw 300-pounders whacking and slacking.
And the match is over. The battle's not over.
I think he's looking for Betsy.
And Junkyard Dog is.
And he's got Betsy.
He's got him, yeah.
And here comes Georgia.
This battle's far from over, but the match has ended in double countout, double disqualification. Or we'll have to get the official word.
We have moved to different grounds here.
Oh, yes. We got to.
Here's your decision. The referee has counted both men out of the ring. He rules this bout a double countdown.
How do you like that? I just named Junkyard Dog's chain Georgia.
Georgia?
Yeah.
Might be Sweet Georgia. Sweet. Referee's really on the case of the Junkyard Dog.
Two-man, 300-pounders battle himself all the way to the end.
As Howard Finkel said, it was a double countout. And we'll be right back with more World Wrestling Federation action.
Well, obviously the 3 strands of rope around the ring, not confinement enough. for the Junkyard Dog and the big outlaw, Ron Bass. It's, I don't know, maybe those guys belong in a cage. And Morocco, too, he belongs in a cage as well.
Well, his throat's really bothering him.
Well, why is he out there then straining himself?
Because he
needs the money.
No, because he wants to be out there. He can. I don't
sure
know
he
why. I
does.
don't care.
Hey, the Magnificent One.
Let me ask you
Who
something.
can deny his credentials?
You're the kind of a guy that you pride yourself on being honest with the people.
I hope
being
so.
straightforward.
I hope so.
Had I done for you what I did for Paul Orndorff,
I'd have
how would
fired
you
you a
have
long time ago, long before Orndorff ever got around to it. You'd have been history if you ever tried to manage me when I was in my heyday in my career.
I got them in championship matches with Hogan. Of course, he failed me.
Do you ever have any titles? Have you ever won anything
No,
of any
because I've been
value?
dealing with
No.
sub.
We'll be back right after this, as soon as he has his seizure. We're going to take a look in just a moment at one guy who escaped the Bobby Heenan family, and maybe good that he did, because maybe he would have fired. It would have been 3 times. How could you possibly even live with yourself knowing that you were fired twice on national television by the same person?
Because I'm totally innocent.
Yeah. See, then you wonder why I refer to this guy as Benedict Arnold. The guy's a traitor.
He is no
Let's go
good.
right now as we join
You're
the match in
right,
progress. Nikolai Volkoff in action.
You're right.
Volkoff, I know he's a strong man, right, Don?
Say what you want about the goof. Nikolai has been around the ring a long time.
Well, he's a strong. I mean, what I'm trying to say is,
like tree trunks, back
That's
front
right.
as a barn.
It takes a lot.
He's been the years and years of experience.
Yeah.
And that's what Jerry Allen's got. People don't know this about Jerry Allen.
What's that?
He's got a good background. He's come around years ago. Hulk Hogan started training him. Pat Patterson, Terry Garvin. A lot of people have had a lot of things to do with Jerry Allen.
All right, well, Nikolai, thus far as taking control. Here come the knees to the back of Jerry Allen.
That's a good shot of Nikolai. Look at the back of his head. He looks like Matilda with the skin all wadded up in the back.
Kind of like one of them Chinese dogs.
That's it. That's what I was thinking of. Yes. They're very expensive. You know that? Lenny,
That's right.
Those Chinese dogs.
I saw it in the National Enquirer. I don't mean to name drop.
National Enquirer.
Nikolai Volkoff working on Jerry Allen, who has not showed us much thus far.
Jerry Allen has got a lot of resiliency, and I'm sure he'll be back. There he goes.
Oh, good turnaround. He got a shot to the face.
Nikolai has reversed the Irish whip. That body drop turned into a sunset flip.
2, 8, didn't get him.
Count of 2 only.
Jerry Allen very smart there. You don't want to jump in Nikolai's face too fast. And you haven't turned the tide as of yet.
Not yet, but a good spurt for Jerry.
This is it. This is excitement. People yelling, screaming, USA, USA, having a good old time. It's a good old hometown jubilee.
You got it there, Magnificent Morocco. A magnificent time, you might say.
You got it.
Nikolai, very surprising for a man his size. The agility he showed with that spinning leg kick. A little unorthodox, I'd have to say, but very effective.
That's effective too, Lenny.
Oh, it sure is.
I would be expecting Jerry Allen to be moving, keeping away from Nikolai a little more, using his speed, knowing, Nicky goes around 310, 315, and with the quickness, Nikolai's a big man.
Yeah. Tough to really beat him when you match strength against strength. I think that's what you're saying, huh?
You're moving. He's like a 310-pound man that moves like somebody like 225. Where you compare somebody like Andre the Giant, who moves like Nikolai Volkoff, who moves like somebody who's 225.
Jerry Allen turning, spinning, and has the atomic drop.
He should have suplexed him right back on his head.
Oh, that would have been good.
There's all those folds and wrinkles of skin there, man.
Jerry Allen taking care of Nikolai Volkoff here. Big leg drop. He may put him away.
Whoa.
Well, we talked about strength, Lanny. There it was.
There was a shot right to the throat, and it looked like it found its mark. Slick is encouraging his man on.
Allen is tossed right out of here.
Sends him to the cement to talk to Mother Nature.
Now, what does the referee say to Nikolai at this point, Lanny?
Well, I can only guess, but he's admonishing Nikolai, and he's starting his count now. He wanted to push him back into a neutral position so he could start the count.
He said, Nikolai, you're a bad boy. And everybody knows Nikolai is a bad boy.
Well, we do have a lip reader on hand, I guess, Lanny, so that's good. Oh, Jerry Allen's running out of time
Jerry,
here. You
jump
better
on
hurry
this
up.
Russian pin.
They went into the wrought iron railing there. Now Nikolai comes out. Into the corner.
Whoa.
He caught himself.
And I wonder if they'll get the count out here.
Now, don't sell Jerry Allen short. He's in tremendous condition. He'll be back.
There's not many sit-ups you can do for your forehead.
I'll tell you one thing. This is costing Nikolai Volkoff right here because he's arguing with the ref instead of having a count out occur. And you'll notice how many seconds he missed, and that'll help Jerry Allen.
I think Nikolai knows he got everything pretty much in control.
Well, that was not a smart move.
He got his 320. He wanna. Sometimes you just have to punish the person. You wanna rub him down and rub him down. He's not gonna get in. He's gonna take it in. All these people yelling USA, USA. He's gonna stick that USA right where it counts.
Good shot. I would think, though, Lanny, I don't know if you'll agree, that if Volkoff didn't worry about the ref, we would have had a count out and Volkoff would have won.
That's true, and Don Morocco made a very good point. There's not too many sit-ups you can do for your head. However, I think what I meant was Jerry Allen's got a lot of heart, and this is where he's going to need it, because look at him, he's shaking the cobwebs off, and I think he'll be back.
Back to George with leaving Lanny Poffo and the magnificent Morocco. Ringside, watching Nikolai Volkoff and Jerry Allen.
Nikolai's smiling, and it's not a pretty smile, is it?
Makes you think Charles Darwin knew what he was talking about.
There we go, sunset flip right off the top rope. And he's jabbing away.
You said it before, Lanny, don't sell Jerry Allen short. Big drop kick by Jerry Allen. He's really taking control now, the big Russian.
Jerry Allen's trying to get some hair to grab. He might be better with a handful of skin.
Not much there. He's taking care of that.
He's not going to hurt Nikolai jumping on him, hitting him in the head like that. Nikolai's covering up, he's blocking. A lot of the punches are just going nowhere, just hitting his knuckle.
Allen could be in trouble here.
What do you think, Donnie? Is he going to try for the pile driver? No.
Well, he tried to stick his face in the mat, but Nikolai, too much neck for that.
I don't believe he ever had the leverage.
No, Allen has had a couple of chances, but has been unable to put away Nikolai Volkoff.
Whoa, that might be
flying motions. What goes up must come down.
Volkoff's got him up. Look out. Oh, boy, backbreaker right on the knee. And there, is that it? Yeah, that's it. Oh, Nikolai Volkoff, the big Russian, very impressive. Let's pick up the decision.
The winner of this bout, Nikolai Volkoff.
All right, Don, take us through this replay now. How about this move?
Muscles him up, brute force, nothing else but that. Drops him on the point of his knee and the toe of his back. 1, 2, 3. It's history, one for the Russians.
All right, stay with us. We'll have plenty more to come.
Slickster certainly has a lot to be proud of, well, in the form of the 315-pound giant Russian, and also understand he's got a tremendous hit on his hands. And the latest World Wrestling Federation album to come out very shortly. It's not on sale yet. It's not on the stands, on the markets. But Pile Driver, which is the title of it, the Slickster got a hot number in there.
It's the song I think that Kate Smith used to sing
No,
before.
Kate Smith never sang the
Jive
song.
Soul Bro. That was
She never sang that in her life. Give me a break.
She
Jive
hummed it,
Soul Bro. Why didn't you have a cut on the album?
They offered me the lead cut.
They did.
Yes, but I just don't have time to be wrapped up in the studio.
Understand
singing.
that Coco's got the lead cut in the album.
Well, he paid his way on probably. Oh. I do sing. I do have 2 verses I do in there.
You do?
Yes, I do.
Of what?
The song. Would you like me to sing it for you?
Sure. Do you need any kind of accompaniment?
Do you have a piano here, or a?
No.
You have an accordion.
I can hum if you like.
Okay, give me an A.
Give you an A. Yeah. Hey, we'll be back right after this.
There's no quick in this man, Rick Martel, none whatsoever. That's a section of maneuver.
Rick Martel in singles competition, going it alone, so to speak.
I'd say it's the only way he's gonna go.
What do you mean it's the only way he's gonna go?
Nobody wants to be around Frenchie. They just take a hike. Nobody likes Rick Martel.
Are you kidding?
Hey, his own partner didn't have
the
enough
friends
guts
you
here.
got, you can count on one hand.
That's all I need is 5
Rick
good
Martel
friends.
has got.
You can't
He's
count.
got an army.
Right.
He's got an army. Right now, let's
All
go
worth
to the
nothing.
unpredictable one, referring to Mr. Horowitz against Rick Martel.
You watch this very carefully.
Matchup should be a humdinger, as is that ice cream. Let's go up now to ringside.
This contest is scheduled for 1 fall. In the ring to my right, from Quebec City, Canada, weighing 234 pounds, Rick Martel. His opponent, from St. Petersburg, Florida, weighing 231 pounds, Barry Horowitz.
Horowitz to meet Rick Martel, making it on his own these days.
Yeah, it's just the can connection now, ain't it?
I suppose, nonetheless, Rick Martel remains one of the great competitors in the World Wrestling Federation. This should be an outstanding matchup.
You know, I kind of feel along the lines of Bobby the Brain Heenan. I think Martel should take the gracious way out. Maybe he should quit, too.
Oh, come on, Jesse. There's no quit in this man, Rick Martel, none whatsoever. Look at that sensational maneuver. Maneuvers like that aren't punishing, Bruno, but nonetheless, they keep your opponent off guard.
Indeed, I'll tell you, yes, absolutely. But just in what Ventura just said, Rick Martel, in my opinion, is such a polished wrestler. He's got so much talent. He can be a success as a single or as tag team.
Well,
he just got too much talent, and he will do well either way.
Moves. I consider moves like that showboating.
Well, all right,
well,
fine.
I call it great talent.
The Islanders are looking on. There's no question of that. As a matter of fact, I believe they're looking on right now. Here now, the Islanders.
Hey, Martel. Hey, Frenchie. You like being alone? Hey, your partner took a hike. He got yellow. He's out of professional wrestling. Maybe you'll be out of professional wrestling, Martel. Courtesy of the Islanders.
Courtesy of the Islanders, did Heenan say?
Courtesy. Bobby's a gracious man. He'll give a few things away.
Yeah. Like what?
Like what?
Yeah.
Like
some unwanted advice.
No, like his great knowledge of wrestling. Like I've known him to take a little less percentage, you know, at Christmas time from the people that are in his family, things like that.
Look at that sensational maneuver.
Beautiful move. I'll tell you what, if Bobby Heenan promises Paul Orndorff, he'll deliver, no doubt in my mind. Orndorff's an intricate part of the Heenan family.
I'll grant you that. Barry Horowitz with Rick Martel, and Horowitz is taking over after what appeared to be
a lot of showboating from Martel.
After appeared to be, I believe, a finger in an eye almost. Look at this. Martel reversing things again on Horowitz. Nice hip toss.
You know,
trying to set him up again, I believe Horowitz. No, out in front is Rick Martel now. Look at that sensational maneuver. The count of 3.
I disagree.
Rick Martel.
I think Martel's lacking a little bit in single competition. I think he's relied on partners too long.
Here is your winner, Rick Martel.
Rick Martel victorious.
this, and he is sensational, no question of that, be it single competition or in a... Wait a minute. The Islanders out at ringside. What are they doing?
They're obviously trying to psych out Martel. Probably asking him, where's that coward partner of yours? You better quit too.
Harley Heenan may have sent the Islanders in to do just that, a little psyching out. Wait a minute, the Islanders are getting in the ring. They're going to work on him. Haku and Tama hammering away. Where's Rick Martel?
Right when Martel needs a partner, he ain't got one.
Martel getting whipped from pillar to post. Setting him up. Look at that maneuver. Haku and Tama, the Islanders.
Beautiful double teaming right there. Beautiful.
That's Tito Santana.
What is this?
Santana hammering away on the Islanders.
This is disgraceful. I haven't seen nothing so despicable as when Bruno attacked the Macho Man.
Look at this. Santana, who was announcing earlier, is doing more than that now. He is cleaning house.
This guy's an announcer. What business? How unprofessional to leave an announcing table and jump into a ring.
That's okay when the Islanders are beat up on Martel. What doing this one?
He's an announcer. He's got a job to do.
I'm ready for Santana. Take my head off, Dom. Great.
Well, I noticed you didn't hurry down there at all.
Harley Heenan regrouping the Islanders, Haku and Tama, and now it's not 2-on-1. It's a 2-on-2 effort. Tito Santana in with Rick Martel.
You done next again. You're gonna pay. You're next again. You're gonna pay.
That's disgusting. Chico Santana's supposed to be at a microphone, not jumping into a ring.
I see Heenan looks a little unhappy now. He's telling his man to back off. Why? Because Santana cannot do against me.
Let's go back now. Let's go back to the replay and take another look at it.
Well, you look at this now. Here we go. You see that as Martel takes care of Horowitz over here, and he does it beautifully with this beautiful flying body press. Now, shortly, here's the pin.
Later on, the Islanders came down. We saw the Islanders back into the ring and then going to work, double teaming Rick Martel, and thank goodness Santana, who was commentating, came in to help out his friend.
Thank goodness. How would you feel if every time one of my friends got beaten that ring, I left the desk here, ran down and stomped somebody into the dirt?
I told you that Martel had friends. Santana sitting at ringside with two other gentlemen doing Spanish commentary for the match, saw what needed to be done and went to work.
How come the other two didn't come down and help? Because I know what would have happened to them. Well, I sent the Islanders down there. I sent them down just to let Martel know we were in the neighborhood.
Sure.
Then I'm not going to even repeat to you what Martel said to them in
French. Of course not.
Well, because it's vulgar.
Sure. You're an instigator, Brain.
Thank you.
You've always been an instigator. You tried to back jump Rick Martel. You eliminated his partner. Now you're trying to eliminate him.
No. That insignificant former ham and egger just took a hike because he didn't have it here. He was just yellow.
Well, Martel is not that way.
No, he isn't. He's going to stick around until it's all over and done with. But he's not going to get any help from anybody. And you want to call some commentator like Santana, Border Patrol.
Look out for Rick Martel. We'll be back right after this.
Yes, I don't think so. If superstar Billy Graham is not capable to be in that ring 100% if he hasn't.
Sure. You want to talk about back jumpers? Let's talk about back jumpers. Let's talk about the natural, Butch Reed.
What's wrong with the natural?
What's wrong with him? Obviously, you didn't see. You didn't see the pose down?
Oh, well.
You didn't see the cheap shot he took at superstar Billy
He
Graham?
was done posing. He had already beaten the man in this pose down.
Anybody.
No, I mean, the crowd reacted. They were much in favor of the natural. There was nothing left to do but kick the tail of the superstar.
Right now, let's go to the slickster who's going to give us a little insight into the new album, Pile Driver.
This is a slickster here to tell you about the greatest single vocal performance of all time. I'm talking about Pile Driver, the Wrestling 2 album. Yeah, we ain't talking about no Pavarotti or no Billy Joel or no Lou Rawls. We talking about Jive Soul Bro.
Oh, my goodness. Sounds like a winner to me.
This contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first in the ring, the manager, the Doctor of Style, Slick. He represents from Kansas City, weighing 255 pounds, the Natural, Butch Reed. His opponent, weighing 218 pounds, Jim Evans.
Jim Evans to square off against the Natural. And Butch Reed is an extraordinary competitor. I must say, though, I did not at all like the way that Mr. Reed attacked superstar Billy Graham several weeks ago from behind. It was obvious to Mr. Reed he was losing the pose down. And then from there to attack superstar is one thing. To attack what was his vulnerable Achilles heel, if you would, the hip of superstar is, in fact, in my mind, a disgrace.
Really?
Yes.
I don't think so. If superstar Billy Graham is not capable to be in that ring 100%, if he has an injury as an opponent, of course you go after an injury.
Here is what superstar Billy Graham had to say. Superstar Billy Graham commenting on Butch Reed.
Butch Reed, superstar Billy Graham, the hip is back. You went after the hip. You attacked me. You tried to sabotage me. But let me tell you something. I withstood the pain. I withstood the punishment. And superstar Billy Graham is coming after you, and you're going to have to pay the price.
How about that, Jess?
Well, that's a lot of talk. You know, superstar Billy Graham's a tough guy, but I think superstar Billy Graham brought it on himself. He taunted Butch Reed in that pose down. And if he's dumb enough to turn his back on someone, that's his problem.
Again, I've given Butch Reed more credit, perhaps, than I should. I thought this man is a great competitor. And the mark of a great competitor is certainly not attacking a vulnerable point such as a bad hip after superstar has made a triumphant comeback. You just don't do that, Jeff.
What should he do? Wrestle Billy Graham with mink gloves? Would you appreciate that better?
No, I'm not saying that either.
That was the wrestling match. It was a pose down. They had no business for any of those tactics that he used.
Bruno, what would you know about a pose down?
Maybe not much, but I know that the thing was scheduled to have a posing contest to see who was the better body, the better poser. That's all it was supposed to have been.
Well, now it's developed into a real rivalry, and I like to see that.
All right, maybe you will.
The Natural Butch Reed with Evans, and Evans is not putting up much of a fight for the Natural Butch Reed as Evans is thrown through the ropes to the outside, where the Natural is at this moment. Oh, my goodness. Whoa.
And that's aggressive behavior.
No, I don't think that's aggressive behavior. I think it's despicable behavior.
Despicable. That's really because you don't like Butch Reed. Anybody that you don't like, it's despicable.
Butch Reed is a far. Look at this.
Look at that, the gorilla slam. I suppose that's despicable.
Oh, wow.
Now it's despicable that he dropped the guy on his face, isn't it?
Yes, I think it is.
He could have put more punishment on the guy. He let him off easy. Gorilla slammed him and covered him with just his little foot.
Here is your winner, the Natural, Butch Reed.
I wonder if the superstar Billy Graham's going to like going up to that altitude.
No, I wouldn't think he would like to go up to that altitude at all. Because I'll tell you, the Natural Butch Reed is something else indeed. Let's go back now. Take a little, wait a minute, what's Butch doing? Oh, he has the microphone. Maybe Slick is going to sing Jive Soul Bro.
He's yelling for superstar
Where
Billy
you
Graham.
At, Fallen Star? I know you somewhere in this building, fool. If you got enough guts, you come out here and face me right now. Look at this body, brother. Look at this body, brother. I'm ready. I'm fired up.
Wait a minute. I think it's exactly what's going to happen. I think the superstar is on his way. Yes, there he comes.
Whoa.
Standing ovation.
We're going to see it head-to-head
Boy, did he run.
Superstar Billy Graham. Now it's Graham issuing the invitation for Butch Reed to step in. Superstar Billy Graham. Graham caught one in the nose a little bit earlier on, but that didn't stop him at all. Superstar, I don't think you could stop this man now with a Mack truck. This man can come back from hip surgery. He can come back from a bloody nose. He can come back from anything. And I think down deep the natural knows it. Superstar Billy Graham taking it to the natural Butch Reed. And I'm sure we haven't heard the last of this.
A testament to what guts is all about. Superstar Billy Graham.
The natural.
No, Superstar.
No, he's
Billy.
got natural skin on his head. When Jesse mentioned that gorilla slam, was that what you used to use when you wrestled? Is that where you got the name?
I never used the gorilla slam.
Well, you're a gorilla and you have the same habits of a gorilla.
I don't see any of your family members using any weasel-type holes.
There are no weasel-type holds, I guess. There's a lot of brain holes when you use your mind in the ring.
I foresee down the road that it's going to come to a head that Superstar Billy Graham is going to have to, and the Butch, the natural Reed, is going to have to step into the squared circle and look across at each other one time, at least.
Well, I think it'll be the last time Superstar Graham will pull something. You know what he'll do?
You mean like a hamstring or?
No, something like that. But he'll bring a crew of surgeons in the ring and say, no, I'm not capable of wrestling tonight.
You mean like you did?
Well, I had a legitimate injury. I wasn't scared of anybody.
No.
I wasn't. Name one person I was scared of.
Brutus Beefcake will be joining us when we come back for our feature along with the King.
Name two people.
Bobby Heenan seems to be having his problems.
Feature time
She
here
better not
this
yell
week
at
in
me.
Prime Time. Get your act together, young lady. We could, you could be pounding the pavement here very shortly.
Well, I agree with you.
Well, we finally agreed on something.
She told me I was, I think she wanted to kiss me.
I doubt that.
I heard her tell a guy in the
Give me a
camera
break.
3, check that kisser. Maybe she was referring to you.
Brutus the Barber Beefcake, our feature here this week on Prime Time Wrestling, along with the King. Is he ready? Is the King ready?
King's always ready. He's like a battery.
For this kind of matchup?
He's ever ready.
He's ever ready, huh? We're going to find out.
He won't be one that quits on me, walks out on me.
Let's find out. Let's go to ringside.
It's the King.
This bout is scheduled for one fall. Soon to be making his way to the ring area, accompanied by his manager, Bobby the Brain Heenan, the King, Harley Race.
In all his regal splendor, the King, Harley Race, and the manager, Bobby Heenan. Don Morocco, this is Leaping Lanny. Here we are, World Wrestling Federation action.
Just holding on for a minute. Here comes the King coming in the ring, waiting for his regal. And there it is. The cheers and the leers of the crowd.
He's looking good, Don, full of pomp and circumstance.
He's looking pompous anyway.
You know, I think it would be customary and polite to show proper respect for the King, Harley Race.
Come on.
Everybody up.
Well, he's taking a page out of the book of Rodney Dangerfield. I don't get no respect.
Maybe you didn't hear me. Let's show some proper respect and bow for the King, Harley Race.
I think Race is taking one too many pile drivers. You really think people are going to get up and start bowing to a goof like him?
Bobby the Brain Heenan amidst the chorus of boos. No, Phillips.
As we await the arrival of the barber.
Here comes the barber.
Waving his shoes high in the air.
Soon to be entering the ring area from San Francisco, California, weighing 263 pounds, Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
This is it. This is a helter-skelter coming down. Excitement, pandemonium, what it's all about. World Wrestling Federation match.
There goes the bell. Brutus Beefcake has a lot of paraphernalia. He's got a mirror, he's got some shears, and we all know what he likes to do with them.
Forgot his blow dryer.
Bobby Heenan seems to be having his problems. I wish we had some subtitles. I'd like to know what's going on in that ring.
Beefcake's offering free haircuts to anybody in the building.
All right. He has cleared the ring. Brutus the Barber Beefcake. The crowd has certainly done an about-face on Brutus Beefcake in recent months.
Alla Dino Bravo and the Hammer Valentine.
That's right. They call themselves the New Dream Team, managed by luscious Johnny D. Don, can you make out what they're saying?
I think everybody knows what they're saying as you watch Bobby Heenan skid around the ring like a little weasel.
That's right, they're saying weasel. There's a well-placed knee to the belly, and I'll tell you what Harley Race doesn't know about wrestling. Oh, the sleeper hold. Brutus Beefcake has a sleeper.
He's going for a little haircut.
If he puts him out, off come the locks. A clothesline, a topsy-turvy over the top rope backwards. And Bobby the Brain Heenan is beside himself as Beefcake's doing his famous strut.
I don't know if he should be doing too much strutting with King Harley Race.
Did you notice that little sign, Shave the King? Playing on words off of Save the King.
That's a little poetry just like yourself, Lenny.
That's right, I promise not to do any. Oh, vicious right hand right to the mandible. He's all the way down the steps the hard way. It looks like the King has had better days.
King just looks like he's looking for a throne.
Bobby the Brain Heenan had better come up with a few brainstorms.
Beefcake's looking in good shape. He's been in the gym. He's taking care of himself.
That's right, and I see his hair is growing out. Of course, he was at first the victim of all this hair chicanery, and now he's the cause of it. What a maneuver by Brutus Beefcake, a powerful forearm. And Don Morocco, I'd be the first to tell you that a bad haircut can really mess up your looks. There's a right to the jaw. Powerful body slam by Brutus the Barber Beefcake. And did you see Harley Race spring back after being slammed?
He's going to have to jump up his attack though here. Race can take, I've seen Harley Race take more punishment, more abuse than probably any wrestler, professional wrestler. Just of course myself.
That's right, I have to agree with you, Don. He's as close as you can come to a real wrestling machine. That was very alert of Brutus to duck the first clothesline and give him one of his own. Brutus the Barber Beefcake is in rare form, and the fans are loving it.
The way he's bouncing Harley Race around the ring, this looks like the NBA, not the WWF.
Even with you at ringside, the King not faring very well.
It's early. Don't worry about it.
What do you mean it's early?
It's early in the match. Don't worry about it.
It's early for him to be sprawled out all over the floor out there. Is that what you're trying to say?
Beefcake just got lucky. Don't worry
got lucky. The King already did 2 360s. One out of the ring and one back into the ring. And you
All
stood
that
there and
matters
watched.
is when you finally get your hand raised.
At the end.
Watch and see.
Maybe the King will get his hand raised in a token of victory. If he does, it won't be due to any thanks from this guy right here. We'll be back with a conclusion in just a moment.
Harley Race is a rare individual. He's full of bravado. He's a wrestling machine.
King is in deep trouble against Brutus the Barber Beefcake. Mean Gene likes to refer to him as the San Francisco Clipper.
You know, Mean Gene knows a lot about haircuts. He doesn't use a comb, you know, he just uses a wash rag.
You almost got a haircut, I remember, up in Toronto Maple Leaf Gardens.
But I didn't, because he knows better.
Yeah, you were running for your life.
He wouldn't dare come near me with a pair of
kidding?
scissors. No way.
You could have used it, too.
You know, I wouldn't give him a haircut if I was in there. I'd just lower his ears.
Let's go back to the match and find out if, in fact, this guy can figure out a way to get by Beefcake.
I'd love to know what Bobby Heenan's saying to Harley Race right now. He sure needs the ball in his court.
Here comes the weasel again. Yeah, that's a great thing about professional wrestling. You look around, young kids, old kids, men, women, everybody together, screaming, yelling, all having a good time, except for Brutus Beefcake.
That's right. Harley Race is able to use his cranium as a ramrod. And you never know what he's going to pull next. Look at that headbutt. Harley Race is a rare individual. He's full of bravado. He's a wrestling machine. There's no other wrestler in the world like him. He moves at an agonizingly slow pace, and yet every devastating move destroys his helpless foe.
You hit the nail right on the head. Agonizing slow pace. But he's effective. He's there.
You know, while I was talking, there was a body press that came dangerously close to the 3 count, and Harley Race gave the referee a little grief about the slow count.
There's that resiliency in Race. You see him coming back now. Nice neck breaker.
Very methodical, but very effective. Now the crowd is loving it, but Harley Race and Bobby Heenan are very upset with the referee. Slow counting.
Referee doing a good job staying out of the way.
A reverse vertical suplex by Brutus the Barber Beefcake. Body press. And the referee was being fair. That was the same rate of counts for Brutus Beefcake as for Harley Race.
Wear and tear beginning to show on both men. They travel at a good pace here. A lot of concussions, a lot of bruises. Belly to belly suplex.
Out of 2 only. That was a devastating belly-to-belly suplex, as you mentioned. And I think the body presses are starting to have more meaning now.
Well, that is the win comes harder.
Notice how Harley Race uses the headbutt right to the abdomen. Flying mare. And he's measuring. And the mighty oak tree fell, but it was no.
He went to the well one too many times there.
No water in the pool.
You know, Beefcake saw the head come, he saw the head, he got stopped in the stomach, stopped a couple of times.
There's a solid elbow right to the top of the head. Beefcake going to the ropes once more, and he plants an elbow right to the esophagus of the King. Stomping the breadbasket, stomping the sternum. The referee admonishing Brutus the Barber. Look at the glaze, look at the eyes of Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
He's gonna go for the pin now. He's gonna start slamming him. Gotta start driving him, atomic drop.
Oh, it looks like a seesaw. punches are finding their mark. Oh, he's got gravity boots. Oh, no. He power drives himself.
With his pinhead, I figured he was more stuck in the floor. The King does not seem so regal at this moment.
No. Brutus Beefcake is, I think he's enjoying it. He's exulting in the victory. Of course, don't count your chickens. Harley Race is a tough competitor. I've seen him come back from more than this. Look at the presence of mind. He found the Achilles heel of Brutus the Barber Beefcake, and now they're on the floor. Be careful of that weasel. He's sneaking up behind. The weasel is always dangerous. You never know. Whoa. How many maneuvers has Harley Race missed?
Enough not to be victorious as of yet.
I'm always leery of people that call themselves the King because, after all, it's he who exalts himself that'll someday be humbled. This might be the time.
I was at that phony ceremony. Bobby Heenan gave everybody a couple $100. They said there was some kind of party, some kind of filming, and this clown comes out and gets crowned as a king.
Brutus the Barber winding up. A big haymaker. Oh, his final decree. This might be it. Brutus is mentioning the days. Sleeper time. Sleeper time.
Waited too long.
What? He's got it. He had it. He lost it.
He let Race recover too long before he went for that sleeper.
Keep your eye on that weasel. He's turning the corner. Referee's got his hands full. He's got two men to watch. That weasel sniveling around that turnbuckle.
Well, when you say sniveling, Lanny, these managers are there to have their men win at any cost. Sometimes at any cost. Vertical suplex.
He didn't get the leverage. A sleeper. Brutus Beefcake has the sleeper. Is he going to have enough? He's right in the middle of the ring.
Bobby Heenan's jumping all over the place. There, look. Bobby Heenan's up on the apron.
Bobby Heenan is distracting the referee. Oh, Beefcake is going for the weasel. Pop goes the weasel. Harley Race, knee in the back. Beefcake is at a disadvantage. Count of two. Count of three.
Instead of sticking with the sleeper, he got greedy and wanted the little bitty manager. It's too late, Beefcake.
Oh, the weasel. The weasel's in a trap. Oh, no. The crowd is deafening now. Pounding away at the weasel. The sleeper. The sleeper's on the weasel. Beefcake. Beefcake, where is he? Heenan needs Beefcake. The weasel's going out. Beefcake. The King is nowhere to be found. Beefcake has the weasel out. And the crowd is going wild for the scissors.
He's looking for
He's going for the equipment. Here comes the scissors.
And where is the King?
The King is nowhere. The King is coming. He's the only one that can save it now. Oh.
Not tonight.
Just a little too slow down. We almost had something. It's not over yet. Beefcake may have lost the match, but he may be gaining a moral victory here if he can remove some of the locks of the King. Did he get anything yet, Don?
Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Well, I'll tell you, it's been exciting. Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
Frustration written all over his face.
He was so close. But of course, the winner of the match is the King, Harley Race.
Well, you stuck your nose in. You almost got your hair cut.
No, I didn't stick my nose.
What were you doing up on the apron?
I jumped on the apron merely to alert the referee that it was a chokehold. I never stepped in the ring. He was on the floor at one time. I could have kicked him in the teeth. I never touched him.
You
he
don't
came
belong
over
on the apron.
Yes, I do. If he's choking my man. Then he comes over, grabs me, punches me. The match was over. The King won it. 1, 2, 3. I stepped into the ring. The man attacked me.
Without any provocation whatsoever.
Oh, you saw it too.
You and I obviously don't see things in the same vein.
No, we don't. You're like Orndorff and the rest of them. You're jealous. Orndorff's going to pay like the rest of them.
Well, I can remember a short time ago when it was Mr. Wonderful.
Yeah, it's Mr. Benedict Arnold. You
Now
were
it's-
right.
Now it's Orndorff.
It's not even that.
It's not even that.
It's Mr. Scum.
Well, you can say what you want, you know. Sticks and stones will break my bones, but
And so will the Bobby Heenan family.
names will never hurt you. Or something to that effect.
Something like that.
I know why you're upset. You're upset because Mouth of the South has all the champions in his stable. Mouth of the South, the Slickster, and a few other guys that I can mention right now have big cuts on the Pile Driver album. You have nada, nothing. Well, folks, that wraps it up for another week here on Prime. I don't care what you think about it. I'm going to go back and have the guys look around and see if we can't come up with that footage from yesteryear when you were fired for the first time by Mr. Wonderful.
I was just about ready to drop him that time, too, but we settled our differences.
Drop him?
Oh, that's not important. But we settled our differences. I guided him to a lot of main events. He didn't get the job done for me.
Never got the title for him.
He never got it for me either. But then I fired him.
Nobody in your family has got a title.
Well, because of the officiating. But still, I didn't take it out on Mr. Wonderful. I realized he lacked a few things, but I bent over backwards and looked over that. Now I got Rick Rude, ravishing Rick Rude. And I'll tell you something. Half hour after he fired me, he came in on his hands and knees and said,
That's a
Mr.
lie,
Heenan,
you know.
I've made a mistake.
Why do you want to lie on national? How do you sleep at night?
On my side. Very easy. Pull the covers up real tight and fluff the pillow. I can sleep great.
Sure.
I do nothing
What'd you
wrong.
do? Have your conscience burned out?
I don't have a conscience.
Yeah, that's quite
Don't
obvious.
need one, sitting
That's
here with
quite
you.
obvious. You might need one next week because we're going to show it if we can find it. Who knows what we'll see here on Prime Time Wrestling. See you all next week.